Welcome to the recap of Pulp Cthulhu Blackheart Crucible Session 40. I thought this number was unlisted. Hold on. Hello?
It's Skeletor. You're on speaker. How's it going? You need help with the recap?
No, not this week. I'm good, Skeletor. I'm good.
Oh, I really enjoyed it, though.
I'm sure you did, but you didn't put any funny video clips in it, and it was just you commenting.
I know. I can be very engaging.
Well, it's one of my lowest viewed recaps to date. And probably half of those views are Shadowfell bots.
Yeah, but that's 10% of your subscriber count. Sounds like you need more subscribers.
Thanks for stating the obvious.
You don't need funny clips. I can be quite humorous.
Really?
What happened to He-Man when he ate a Taco Bell?
I don't know.
He shit himself.
Goodbye.
Wait, I got...
Where was I? Thanks to Juce and Paula and Bill, Josh, Jason, Isaiah, Dustin, Brendan, Mike, and Dave. Let's just check in to see what's going on.
Like there should
It's
be
a
like
Shadowfell.
one.
There's no seatbelts.
Oh damn!
Also, did they have seatbelts in the 50s? Did they even
They were
care?
optional.
Kind of like pants on this game.
You and Boris are here to speak with the Monarch of Lithuania, Lou Styles IV, as he is flanked by two guards in their ceremonial T-shirts with some sort of white cap with a brown streak going right up the middle. Big Lithuanian flag behind him, which of course is white with a big brown streak going through it.
Since this is Lithuania, really what you smell is like sweat, splooge, and like weed.
It smells like cough syrup everywhere.
One of the cars is actually a meth lab. He is sitting in a chair that looks like it's made out of cigarette cartons.
As I approach him, I do the official Lithuanian salute, which is basically like rolling up my sleeve and tapping my veins.
Welcome, Luther.
So
No, first,
I trust
you, know,
that-
you got like $5. You got to smoke, like something. Help me out here. I mean,
Boris, can you help Lou out? Because I'm a little light, buddy. I would, but I'm a little light right now.
so yeah, Boris reaches in and hands him 2 cigarettes.
I trust that we're going to be met at the station with an official, with an official entourage, right? I'm just saying it's not often that somebody of my stature is in your presence, and clearly in Lithuania. I mean, like this is a homecoming of sorts. So I'm assuming that you have something set up for when we arrive, correct?
Yes, there will be a great smorgasbord of assorted drugs and drink.
Liquor and whore.
That when you arrive, Luther.
And weapons, right? We need a lot of weapons. Apparently all of my friends end up with these really cool anti-gravity weapons, and really cool things. And every time I go into a fight, I'm stuck with, the only thing I got in my hand is my dick.
Is there more underneath, or is that it?
One of the train cars is full of weapons, of course, and ammunition that we are bringing. Now, I've heard that you need us to do something, and I'm eager to know what it is.
Women. I need you to. I'm assuming that there are a bunch of Tawny Katane lookalikes.
Yes, we have a train car full of women.
Okay, all right, perfect. That's good. And Luther sort of elbows Boris, and he's like, "What else?"
Tell him to create a distraction and invade Russia.
Oh, right. Here's the thing, Louie. Can I call you Louie? You know what? I'm just going to call you. I'm going to call you Big Daddy Styles because it's a thing. So I've always been good to you. NUSA, the NUSA has always been really good to you, and the company has been good to you, and the corporation, and we've all been really good to you. Boris has been good to you. I've been good to you. Hell, you're sitting here, on this train, surrounded by a bunch of women, and drugs, and things are good. So sometimes those favors need to be called in, and this is going to be one of those times. How would you feel about, crossing the border and invading Russia? Just crazy off the wall thought. What do you think?
What did you say? I'm high as a kite. Gonna have to repeat that. What?
You know, those crazy fucking Russians across the border. Well, here's what they've been doing. Like, they're trying to say that there's like all of these oil fields out there in Siberia. That's not technically what they're doing. They invested all of their money like 10 years ago into these super futuristic grow lights. And then they dug these tunnels underground in Siberia, and they are growing probably the most kick-ass sativa you have ever tried in your life. So here's my thoughts, right? Like, since I'm here and I'm not here all the time, we should have a party. And for that party, I think we need that weed. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get a whole bunch of guys together. You know, we're going to call the army together. We're going to march right across the border, and we're going to go take that weed for our own. What do you say? You with me?
Wait, we're doing a war for weed?
Yeah, shh. Tommy, it's fine.
That's not why we came to Lithuania.
No,
We're not here to further your drug trade.
Luther, who are you talking to? There's no one else here but you and I.
Flashback, man. Don't like flashback. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry. I'm catching trailers.
The Lithuanian-Russian weed war. I like the sound of that. We're going to need a lot of snacks.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, you're right. We need a ton of snacks, right? Like, but that's okay because my friend Boris here, he's got the hookup at like Taco Bell. They'll airdrop. They will literally airdrop that shit in. Like Taco Bell, buddy. What I need you to do is to get together like enough guys and enough guns to be able to pull this off. And
six or eight soldiers work.
6,000 or 8,000 works. Sure. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing, Luther.
It will be the greatest rave you've ever had in your life. 6,000 people with guns on Molly smoking sativa.
You don't happen to have a sample of this weed that they're growing, do you? He gets real excited. We will make it happen. Lithuania will not be stopped
or outsmoked or out burst in. We're gonna cross the border loud and proud, just guns firing. Like, we're going to try to make as big of a distraction. I mean, we're going to try to make as big of an impression as we possibly can. Yeah. Not that this is like fake and worthless and like we're just, we're totally sacrificing our lives for a distraction. This is like this.
We're not going though.
Well,
right. There's going to be other people that are going to go.
We're not, dude. Like seriously,
crazy.
We're not going. No, like the Lithuanians are going. Yeah, right.
No, seriously, you got that $5?
I got 82 cents and a half a pack of cigarettes. How about that?
Let's just open the chick trailer and
have
them come down here. Let's party. Let's get something in. You know what I'm saying, Luther?
Yeah, you make that call first though, and then we'll party. Because Boris here is getting nervous. Like, it's not me, dude. I'm totally down, but like Boris is getting nervous. He wants to make sure we're going to cross the border.
Yeah, when we get there, I'll tell him. I'll sign the decree or make a decree
but you're not going to forget, right? Like, do you sure you don't want to like call it in now just to, make it all official? Because you know what happens, man. Like, the chicks come out, fun starts being had, and you forget what's going on. I've been there. We all been there.
Come on, Luther. What? I'm just going to write it. I'll write it on my arm. Okay, I'll just write the whole thing on my arm. It'll take a second.
That sounds like a brilliant plan.
Starts writing that shit on his arm.
I lean over to Boris and I'm like, dude, it's handled. What could possibly go wrong?
The guard comes back with like 4 women who are like in black leather.
Yeah, of course they are.
He's like, oh, ladies. And he puts his pen down and he grabs like a carton of smokes from his throne of cigarettes and opens them up, starts handing them out. You see one of the ladies like reach her hand behind her back and she pulls out a handgun. She puts the gun up right to his head.
Whoa. Normally I'm down for this kind of play, but like that looked serious. Karen, what's going on? Can I grab her wrist?
Yeah, Karen, what the fuck? Putin says hello and she points the gun and goes to shoot you. The gun goes off, completely misses, puts a hole in the train. He's startled. He drops the cigarettes. He's like, whoa, what's going on here?
This is a Lithuanian train, right? There has to be like loaded needles around.
A bunch of syringes.
Yes. He's going to look at Lou Styles and go, Russian chick, so hot, but so hostile. And he's going to grab a syringe and just like right into her neck. Like I stab the needle into her neck and obviously she stops me. And when she does, I make eye contact with her and I'm like, damn, that was sexy. Did you just feel a moment between us? I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Got the gun at your head and she's like, oh, man, why is it always a sexy one? She points down and shoots you in the knee.
Oh, shit, that hurts.
Boris grabs two of them, like in headlock, and is like wrestling with him. And the fourth one is fighting with Lou Styles the fourth, as he is thinking it's some sort of foreplay.
For sure.
And one of his guards comes running in and then panics and runs back out the door.
Luther, after, he's sort of writhing on the floor, bleeding upon himself and kind of crying shamelessly, shakes it off a little bit, and he looks up at her and he's like,
"Hey, baby.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. Can't you and I just sort of come to some sort of agreement here? Putin's an asshole, and like you could be a queen in Lithuania.
Lithuanian queen.
And I'll be your king, baby."
So she just kind of lowers her gun and she's like, "I'm sorry, I had to do it." And she kind of helps you up.
It's
and
okay.
then you hear a scream, and the person that was wrestling with Lou Styles the fourth is like, "Katerina, you bitch!" And she runs over, punches her right in the face, and they fall on the bottom of the floor of the train.
Ladies, don't fight. There's enough Luther to go around. Also, Boris, can't fight.
Me, yes.
Katerina, baby, stop fighting with your friends. Really, it's gonna be it's okay. In Lithuania, we speak the language of love, babies. I go to try to pull Natasha off, and clearly I
backhands you and knocks you through the door of this car into the next car. You get up and you look behind you, and the roof of this train car has caved in, and there's a guy standing there like in a suit, and there's something behind him, probably like 9 or 10 feet tall, that looks like a snake, long arms, and it's black, dripping with like ooze, and he's looking at you, and for a second you realize this guy looks like Dr. Gonzalez.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm going to grab a curtain and shove it down into a booze bottle, right? And pull out my trusty Zippo lighter. And I'm sort of holding it like this. "Boris, Doc Gonzalez is here. Look." And then I light the drape.
He looks at you. He's like, "Oh man, this is the wrong place. What do you have the girl with you? We just want the girl."
"Hiss on this, Yig." And I throw the bottle.
So you throw it in this car, explodes, it catches the inside of this train car on fire. This Yig creature kind of quickly moves out of the way. The Dr. Gonzalez is hit by some of it. His arm catches fire, and he's trying to put it out, and he looks at his watch. He's like, "Get the hell out of here. Go, go, go." And he's pounding on this watch. And as he does that, all of a sudden you hear the people in the other car just yell, and it feels like the train is free falling. Like you're not on tracks anymore. All you hear is a loud splash. Out of the fog and clouds, out of the sky, comes some train, and it looks like one of the cars are on fire, and it crashes into the water.
Is that normal for you here, Skeletor?
No.
Yeah, bad news by the looks of it.
Got to be more exciting than the penis.
I don't know. The penis is pretty exciting. It's big news from what I hear.
Is sitting there as one of the cars is on its side burning, and now floating in the water are liquor bottles and cartons of cigarettes. And you see what looks like some kind of snake creature moving through the water.
Since when do anacondas swim through the ocean, guys? Is it Nessie?
Light it up.
So you pepper this thing. Looks like you're hitting it straight on. Doesn't seem to have the effect that you hoped it would, as it sort of shrugs off those hits, raises its head, and you can see it's got 2 eyes, but the eyes, they start to glow, and it almost looks like one eye. So you are hit with this red beam. Take 13 points off your con. You feel like your energy is being drained. So you realize that it's black and white down here. For some reason, all the color is gone. You can see them. They're kind of fighting with each other, still underwater.
Does it look hot? Is it hot? Yeah, right? I bet it is. Now they're all wet and yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, underwater action. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's just staring at that for a while as the cold water rises up around him. And then immediately, the cold water hits to a point where, he begins thinking with the other hand. He's like, "Oh, shit, I should try to get out of here."
Boris, over here.
What the hell? Bonnie, is that you?
Are you okay?
No, we are not okay. We just were in train. Now we're in ocean. What the fuck? Have you seen Luther? He is here somewhere.
Luther? Not that I'm aware of.
There are Russian spies.
You hear that, Grandma? Russian spies?
Goddamn commie.
Oh, this has certainly escalated quickly.
Watch out for that commie snake. Round out.
and fire the China Lake at the snake.
Explosion on the water. Some of the cigarettes are ignited, flown through the air, bottles breaking. Boris ducks under the water for a second. Luther, you hear like a boom. It's very muffled.
That like snaps me out of my dazed staring at Natasha and Katerina. I grab Katerina. I start swimming for the surface with one backward longing glance at Natasha.
Come out to the surface. You can see the cigarettes. Some of the cartons are on fire.
I'm grabbing as much as I can, and I'm shoving it, down her shirt and in my pockets, and I'm grabbing as much as I can. I look over at Katerina and I'm like, man, she had an attitude, didn't she? Like, that was awful. She must be married. Hey, that reminds me. What do Russian women get from their husbands that's long and hard on their wedding night?
She looks around at the carnage and is like, I don't know.
His last name. Drugs and everything shoved into my pocket to the point where I'm almost using them like as a flotation device. Katerina is obviously using her own silicone implants as flotation devices.
Strange, Grandma. I always thought that Luther had standards, at least to some extent.
I'd say so. Let's give him some cover and fire.
Don't worry, Ethel, she's a defector. She's a political refugee. She's seeking asylum.
Grandma, by covering fire, do you mean you want us to protect them from the snake, or do you want me to shoot Luther?
A snake, of course.
No, I'm going to shoot it.
Well, if nothing else, we're distracting the snake so it doesn't eat the very vulnerable people in the water.
It looks like you hit the same spot that maybe Tommy hit it, and some of its scales or whatever it's covering it tears up, and you can see it start to bleed and mix in with the water.
It bleeds. We can kill it.
So as this ray hits Bonnie, so you lose 4 points of sanity.
Oh, that's okay. I wasn't using them.
And 48 points off your con. And as it does that, it drops below the surface. Bonnie, she just collapses and drops the weapon and falls straight into the water. Just as you are picking Luther and his new friend out.
Is there like a lifesaver?
Life preserver? Yeah, there's like 6 of them around the tugboat.
I reach out for one and toss it out to Bonnie.
Okay.
I unconsciously got it.
Okay, yeah, you throw it, it like lands like right on her body as she's floating upside down in the water.
Oh, now she's gonna drown. Once their feet are up, they're dead.
I'm upside down because I'm unconscious. How's that go? Feet in the air, body in the water.
We'll start
Apparently you
pulling
must
the
be
rope.
top heavy, Bonnie.
Yeah, apparently.
And there's no buoyancy there, so maybe she got lead implants?
Ethel's going to dive in after her. Try and save her.
Does the COPD allow you to hold your breath for like 3.2 seconds?
The goddamn asbestos.
And try and get that life preserver around Bonnie's waist before it gets pulled away.
Yes, you managed to do that as Tommy is pulling Bonnie, who's now attached to the life preserver.
Ethel will hold on to the rope as well.
Tugan, it's good to see you. What happened?
It's a long story. Meet Katerina.
She looks very wet and cold out here.
Yeah.
She should come inside, watch the penis for a while.
Warm up by the penis.
We should worry about Bonnie first, though.
She looks at Skeletor and points to you. Take care of that injury.
Yeah, sure, Skeletor. You heard her.
What do you want me to do? Suck the blood out or something? The bullets?
Oh,
What?
God, no. No, wrap something around it to staunch the bleeding.
Great, help us get Bonnie in.
That's what Katerina's for. How about a drink? Do we want a drink? Like, I'm in the mood for a drink.
So you pull Bonnie and Ethel up into the tugboat.
Next time you decide to go for a swim, you might want to make sure there's a lifeguard on duty. I'm just saying.
Lifeguard on duty. If you don't mind, I have to watch the water.
Quick, someone get Bonnie a drink. Need to warm her up.
She drank enough.
Water doesn't count.
There you go, honey. Cough it up.
I like my drinks the way I like my women, and I look over at Natasha. White, Russian, and disproportionately full of alcohol.
And you catch a slap right across the face. Katerina, Luther, as she looks over into the water.
You know what? I took a knock to the head. So it was Doc Gonzalez. And he's after Nova. He's looking for Nova.
I haven't seen that broad since last time we were in Russia.
You do see a body floating at the top now, and it looks a lot like Dr. Gonzalez.
Katerina is like this 6'5" sort of giant Russian, Soviet sex kitten. And of course, she's cradling Luther in her arms like a wounded baby deer. Could you just set me down over there real gingerly and then go through that guy's pockets? And I promise that we'll go to the Sam's Club. I'll get you a case of toilet paper.
But Charmin's so soft. It's irresistible. Has deep down squeezable softness.
Not even that single ply stuff. Dual ply.
It smells good too.
Cottonelle quilted stuff. Like, you're never gonna have to wait on a bread line again, baby. Trust me.
Mr. Whipple.
Yeah, it looks like Dr. Gonzalez, dead, probably taking some kind of bludgeoning damage, and looks like he's burned in some spots.
Yeah, vodka will do that.
So you see he is wearing a watch.
The watch is how he came through the time warp looking for Nova, and then he was like tapping on his watch and the train sort of fell. And anyway, the watch is something important. So grab the watch. Definitely grab the watch.
Okay, so in one of his pockets is a receipt from the Calico Bakery for a dozen cupcakes.
Are cupcakes a code word for something?
Sugary goodness, I would assume.
Why would he be looking for Nova again? I thought we were been through all this.
I don't know. Last time those assholes showed up, they said they was looking for a girl, and I think they were talking about Bonnie.
Oh, I see. My first assumption was Nova. I thought the last time that they turned up, they were looking for Nova.
I don't know. I haven't seen that broad since Russia.
Why would they be looking for Bonnie?
I think it has something to do with those goddamn snake people words.
Oh, right. All right, well, what's our next move?
Well, as far as I know, we were taking this little tugboat all the way to Russia.
Yeah, to start the distraction, but unfortunately, I think that, not that I abandoned him or anything. I think that, Lou, being the good leader that he is of Lithuania, he sort of went down with the ship, so to speak. Like, he took a noble death, and I tried to drag him out. I risked my life. I almost drowned 3 times trying to pull him out of that train. And he wouldn't come. He just kept saying, no, that he needed to make this last stand for Lithuania and stuff. And then the water got so high, and I grabbed Katerina and I booked it out of there. I asked him to phone it ahead. I don't know if he did. He was writing it down on his arm. I know that.
Well, let's just hope that the 24-hour news cycle picks up on the Russian attack on a Lithuanian diplomat on a train.
Katerina, how undercover was this operation? Deep undercover, complete and total black op?
It was deep, and then it was shallow at times, and deep.
Are you trying to make me jealous, or are you trying to turn me on? Who's manning this boat? Is there like a captain?
I'm the captain, Two-Gun.
Oh, shit.
The Scully guy.
Scully.
Who else would you think?
No
it wasn't
one.
obvious.
It makes total sense now.
Yeah,
I don't.
It's called Gray Skull Tugboat or some crap.
So there's a giant skull on the front of the tugboat.
Yeah.
Set a course for adventure and let's get this love boat going. I literally can't believe I'm asking this, right? But maybe we should all just take a moment and take stock. Where are we going, and what are we trying to accomplish here now that we're in Russia?
I don't know. I was doing what you guys told me to do.
I feel like I've been out of it for a couple weeks. I think, I've been, I don't know, it was some rude, I don't know what's been going on, but I don't what are we doing here exactly?
We're supposed to go to some kind of commie camp, snag this doctor guy.
It's a Professor Ernie, I believe, was his name.
Yeah, that's the guy.
He's going to give us a device that can save the world, but we have less than 3 days to achieve this.
Exactly. Hence why we had to go through the Shadowfell to save time.
So how the hell are we going to find this camp?
I don't know. 13 was supposed to know the exit point, and I don't see him right now. All I see is a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
What's the potatoes have to do with anything?
I don't know. It just happens around 13.
So it's like rabbit shit.
No, like whole ass potatoes.
Yeah, Katerina goes and starts collecting them.
Of course she does.
We are heading to Tunguska.
Oh, okay. So Siberia is where we're going.
Correct.
I'm sitting on Katerina's lap, who is sitting in the passenger seats.
Does she have like a bottle of alcohol she's feeding you like a mother feeds?
Yes, exactly.
And then you come up to, it looks like a tunnel.
Anything interesting about this tunnel? Does it look like a secret tunnel?
It's got some weird writing on it, and Bonnie, you would instantly be able to read it. It basically says, exit Shadowfell.
I think this is our stop.
Right, everybody lock and load.
There's a crappy little barricade in front of it. but it's been broken and taken down. Head in. It gets very dark. You see a little bit of light. There's like a flicker, and then the cab pulls out, and then all of a sudden, all the color returns to all your clothes and the vehicle. There's still some fog, and now there's trees. Very wet, snowy road that you can see goes into the distance. Tire marks, but they look like track marks from maybe like a tracked vehicle. It's some version of the BMP. The cab instantly stops, sputters, and just it's out of gas.
Ethel's gonna look at Luther, who's more than likely got a bottle of some kind of liquor stuffed in his pants.
Yes, for sure, absolutely. I have tons of bottles, and like these are the proof is pretty high on these for
And
sure.
Given that this is a 50s car, that means it's a flathead motor, and it should run on alcohol fairly okay-ish.
Luther takes a big ass straw, a giant swig, and then hands the
You're
bottle
drinking
over.
off fuel.
Then you spot what looks to be like a guard tower and a fence in the distance.
Let's pull the car into the trees.
Yeah, this has got to be the camp.
You could shoot him real quick. I mean, it might bring a lot of eyes and attention, but
Yeah, that's not what we're going for right now.
Do you have a suppressor on your gun? If not, we probably shouldn't do that. And even
no,
if you
why
have a
would I want to
suppressor-
suppress my fire? Come on. That's the dumbest thing I've ever.
Leave the car on the side of the road and act like a damsel in distress. They stop to pick us up and we gun them down.
I get to shoot something?
We have a Russian decoy. And I look over at Katerina.
If there was anything that was going to make a Russian man get out of a tank,
It would be you.
It's a 6'5" Amazonian dominatrix.
Dressed in black leather. Yeah,
I
right.
would suggest, if I was back in my day, I would say I would make that call. But
Yes.
clearly, the years have not been kind.
For you, Luther, I will.
Yeah, come on, baby. You ever done it in a tank? Don't you want to try?
Who's the fastest runner out of all of us?
Well, I think I used to be, but, somebody shot my kneecap out. Like, my meniscus is gone.
Did you need that?
Usually, yeah.
No, you don't need them. I've got both of mine removed.
Is that what that scraping sound is every time you stand up?
What about you, Tommy? Are you a sprinter?
No.
Well, it looks like that's you then, Bonnie.
Okay, and I'll be over here drinking. So
She stands next to the cab that is by the side of the road, got the hood up. Coming up the road towards this camp is a Russian MLRS, and the hatch open, and a guy with the helmet starts yelling in Russian as he sees the cab, and he climbs down and starts to walk over to Katerina.
Bonnie is dashing out from behind the tree towards the back of the vehicle.
One little door in the back. It's just basically like a small little crew area, and it leads all the way up to the front where there's a door that's open, and you can see that whoever the passenger is just kind of sitting there reading a magazine. So you grab him, and as you kind of like slam his head against the side of the cab, as he had taken his helmet off, all he does is just kind of break the hold you got on him, and he hits the radio, and it makes this horrible squealing noise as he's like starts yelling some shit in Russian.
Beat the shit out of him then.
Tell me how he dies.
With a head straight through the radio.
Katerina talking to this guy, you hear sounds like an open mic come on, and somebody is yelling in Russian, ambush, ambush, ambush.
Oh, that's not good.
Katerina is talking to this guy. I could see that she's sort of smiling and winking and talking. And Luther, you could just see Luther is he's boiling. He's getting so pissed. And he takes it for about 2 minutes, and then he just jumps up and he yells out. He starts running over there while limping over there. And he's like, Katerina, you treacherous, trifling trollop. I loved you. How could you do this? God damn it. What are you doing, woman? I loved you. And I light the Molotov cocktail and I toss it against the side of the cab. Look.
They kind of both look up like, what the fuck? It goes right into the engine block because the hood was up.
Yeah.
It goes whoosh, and the fire just hits the guy, hits Katerina. They both go knocked back, and the cab catches on fire. And then there is a loud as the cab explodes.
Nice.
Into a fireball. You can hear now alert sirens.
it used to be.
That is true. The penis did used to be bigger.
Look, where I'm from, I'm the reoccurring bad guy.
It's like a Barbie doll. You keep lifting up the skirt.